Yo, what's up? I was just walking through Victoria Park. I bumped into this gentleman here, and you recognized me. How'd you know who I was, and what do you think about all this craziness that's been going on?
Yeah, man, I know who you are because I'm following obviously your website and your interviews, which are amazing. Really appreciate them. Spent a lot of time watching them over the last couple of months.
Why are they important for you?
Mainly because you're allowing people to speak freely without being belittled by media or shut down. And I strongly believe in freedom of speech as well. And where people are getting censored, I fully don't agree with it. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with what they're saying, you should still allow them to speak. So I totally agree with you on that. And it's mainly the long form stuff as well, where you're allowing people to just express themselves and you're not chopping them down or anything like that. Even if you don't really necessarily agree with what they're saying, just giving them the space to speak and provide their opinions and their ideas. And most of these people that you're interviewing, obviously, they're not idiots. They're clearly very intelligent, very smart. So they have like very nice ideas and don't know where it is, but very good ideas to express and for people to hear, which they probably won't hear through BBC News or anything else like that.
Yeah. No, it's so important. You said this whole concept of long form. It's like when you give someone an hour or 2 hours to articulate their points of view and really like give you a complete vibe, and you actually get a feeling as well, something more than just the logic.
Yeah, 100%.
It's different as opposed to what we've been fed most of our life, which is
100%.
You got 4 minutes on Channel 4,
Yeah,
and you got 3 people arguing with you, and everyone's yelling, and at the end you're like, what just happened? I don't know what happened.
So true, man. I was even watching this thing this morning with Lord Sumption, which is a previous Supreme Court judge.
Okay.
And he was on BBC, funnily enough, and he was saying a lot of what's going on is nonsense. We shouldn't be in this crazy lockdown at the moment. And the lady who was obviously interviewing him at BBC was just being a dickhead, to be honest. She was just shutting him down, asking him stupid questions, and he was so good with it. It was just really good to see. And it was really good to see someone like that going, if I had my own way, I'll just go to the pub.
Yeah.
I would just crack on. He's saying that life is risk, there's risk in life at all times. And the risk of this virus at the moment is very, very small, even though it's being made out to be much more than it is. So
yeah. No, it's powerful that people go out and say those things. I mean, it's such an unpopular thing to say right now that you get kind of ostracized and judged if you say something, oh, you don't care about the people. But it's like, well, actually,
more than that.
And also you do care about the people because, like, look at all the people that are out of work. We know that leads to actual death and crime and mental health issues. But it's like we all seem to have crossed the point. Sometimes I walk around and I see people with masks on and 2 meters apart, and I just think, is it just me, or is this just seem crazy? You know? I mean, you just shook my hand when I saw you. I mean, I guess you don't buy into it.
Nah, I don't buy into it at all. And for me personally, I think wearing the mask is a bit silly because if you understand how small a virus is, it's kind of like I heard someone say, it's trying to like put a kitchen wire up to stop a fly.
Yeah.
It does make
I think that was
sense.
Dr. Kaufman on London Real said that.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm just like, bro, like, what are you doing, man? Like, and it's just because they're obviously afraid of something. This is why they're doing it. Yeah. And I don't necessarily try to live my life that way. So
I was thinking the other day, you know these people, I don't know if you're one of them or not, they believe the earth is flat, right? There's all these videos that went out that the earth is flat. Now, I personally don't believe it, but they're out there and they should be able to have their opinion.
Some strong opinions.
And they leave those videos on YouTube. And yet when you want to come out and say something about the virus or something about 5G or something about a vaccine, God forbid, that gets immediately pulled down and like they want to shut my channel down. And it's like, well, it's just an opinion, like the flat earthers. Everyone leaves them alone. Exactly. How come you're so sensitive about this? Are we hitting a nerve? Is there a massive like business interest or power play that we're cutting down?
Yeah, and immediately that just makes me, a red light goes off my head. Immediately. If you're trying to shut something down compared to many other things that may be up there that might not be true as well, or just someone else's opinion or ideas, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I had a guy named Dave Rubin on my show last week, and he said, Brian, there's a reason the First Amendment in the U.S. is the First Amendment, not the Seventh Amendment. That's the right to freedom of speech. He said it's before even the right to bear arms. Back in the day where you'd have to have a gun to make sure maybe, that England didn't try to take your stuff back, back in the day. No offense, man. My grandparents are from this country too. But and he said, I think freedom of speech was the single greatest accomplishment of the human race. 100%. Just to say and to put into law that anyone can say what they want. Like, we kind of take it for granted, but it's a crazy piece of almost like technology, for a better world, That simple thing.
I think it's paramount. And as soon as we lose that, which some places obviously you're not allowed to freedom of speech, and you can just have a look at how they live their lives, and I don't really want to live like that. So
yeah, amen. I bumped into a Romanian guy, and he said, I lived in Romania for 18 years. He said, I came to this country for freedom of speech. And he said, now it's being taken away. He's like, I know what it's like when you can't talk up against the government. He said, it's madness. It turns into a lot of bad things. So I just want to have a healthy debate. I think with the debate, we come up with solutions and we make the right decision as opposed to everyone having to be quiet. But man, it's hard out there. I'm telling you, there's a lot of resistance, you know.
Yeah, there is, man.
Yeah.
It's, it is quite tough at the moment, but I honestly feel a lot of people are kind of coming around to the idea, and I think it's kind of wearing thin on people at the moment. They're kind of like, all right, something's up here, this is not right. Yeah. Even someone I know posted yesterday, she went to the hospital, not sure why, but anyway, she went there, and the first thing she wrote was, why is the hospital empty? All these people are ill and dying, why is the hospital empty?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I bumped into a couple by the canal the other day, and she's like, I'm a nurse, I'm out of work. She's like, that's it, straight up. I was like, really? I hadn't actually met someone lunch. She's like, yep, straight up. I was
that
like, wow.
makes no sense.
I know. Oh, look, I appreciate you. You got anything you want to add over there? No. No? All right, we got a camera person over here. There she is. So, look, man, I appreciate you even talking to me, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And it's funny, actually, everybody I've stopped in the streets and stuff all wants to talk on camera. So I just appreciate you, man. I appreciate you spreading the word and everything, man.
If you like, follow me back on paramoves_fitness.
Boo, there you go, right? And these people know my breakdancing coach, Flash, my man. So Flash Jordan's in effect. So sending peace out to you and all that. So anyways, thank you for everybody for the support. We're going to keep streaming no matter what. We got our own platform now. We can say whatever we want on there. So it's happening. Also, I wrote a big open letter to governments, regulators, technology platforms, media companies. It's at londonreal.tv/letter. We're just almost at 100,000 signatures. So again, we're the people that elect the members of parliament. We're the people whose eyeballs pay for ads. It's our data that makes these companies worth $1 trillion. We just have to take the power back, and then we can change this. So there you go.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. All right, we're out of here. That's it. Real people. These aren't actors. They look as good as actors, but they're not actors. All right, we're out of here. Peace.